whatever's your comfortable setting.
Hello, my name is Jalen. I'm here with.
Miss Erica Jones,
Nice to meet you.
pleasure to meet you.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Old enough. That means mind your business.
Yes, ma'am. How many? Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have 7 siblings that's underneath me. I am the oldest of 8.
Okay, and do you own any guns?
Yes, I do.
Okay, how many guns do you own, if not multiple?
A couple.
Couple. Okay. I understand you're here because you experienced some life details with gun violence. Can you please elaborate on that?
I'm a gun violence survivor.
Mm-hmm.
I actually lost my daughter August 13th, 2015. My daughter was standing outside, just like me and you are sitting this close together, talking to a friend, and she was shot. Unfortunately, my daughter and her friend that she was standing talking to were both killed. She was victim 125, and he was victim 126. She died in front of her 5-year-old son, and her sister held her when she took her last breath. So it's definitely an impact of mine.
And how did you feel when you received the news that your daughter had been shot?
You have all different types of emotions. So it's never nothing that's just one emotion itself. You have different emotions. You have all different type of thoughts running through your mind. So it's never just one. You can never just pin one emotional on how you feel. I don't even think that I was going through the emotion. I was going through what happened. That's basically what I was going through.
And did you know who shot them before? Did you know anything?
We had no wrong place at the wrong time. She was just standing outside talking, both of them. So she'd never been in that area. She found out she had a friend that stays not too far from there, and that was the friend that lost his life as well, along with her.
And do you remember anything out of the ordinary with the day?
No, my kids is pretty much just, those kids that wherever you see, they was always together. Sisters ride with their sister, brothers go with, so it was always, the sisters are always together. So it's nothing unusual or anything.
How did your family, how did they take the news?
It's a lot of trauma. You have your ups and downs emotions. You have your, why did this have to happen to my sister? What did she do? We want justice. They struggle on a day-to-day basis. The fact of being able to see her son and not see her is even harder. Having to be diagnosed with depression, PTSD, those different type of things. So it's a lot.
How close were you with your daughter besides being just that's your
Being a
daughter?
parent,
Yeah.
that was like one of my best friends. I could say me and my daughter were all my children were close. Since her passing, everybody is kind of all over the place because they still trying to gather, why does have to happen to our sisters. So I build a tight relationship with my children because I think every parent should, especially experience something like this. They should definitely develop even more closeness to, make sure you're not doing nothing crazy or nothing out of the ordinary. But when you lose a child, your emotion as a kid is everywhere. So that's something that a parent should definitely be open to paying attention to, is their behaviors when they change.
And since this, the death of your daughter, how has it changed your life, or is there anything that you are more cautious with just from this situation alone?
I don't pick up people and take them nowhere. I don't let nobody sit behind me in the car. I did purchase 2 firearms in regards to that. At the point in time my daughter was murdered, I had cut off my phone, so I don't cut my phone off. I always have my ringer on now. I changed the way I eat. I don't sleep. Everything has changed in my world. The way I see people, the way I view people, the way I talk to people, my surroundings, my inner circle. You lose some friends, gain some friends. You lose long-term relationships with friends that you were friends with, but everything in your life changes. Nothing is, people say normal. Again, everything is, you look at everything different.
And I know you stated that you had cut off a lot of things in your life. Was that just to, help you get through the process, or was that a life-changing situation where you felt that was needed in order to move on?
Well, basically it was a life-changing, because when you go from being this happy, jovial, full of life, always around people, friends, and different things like that, from basically being withdrawn, being in a house, you pay attention to people's behavior, you pay attention to people, the way they talk, you pay attention to when you go out. Like, I pay attention when I get in out the car. If a car is parked on the side of me, I'm paying attention before I even walk to my car. So I'm very aware and cautious of what I do right now because of everything that has transpired with after her being killed.
And going back to your daughter, what was like your favorite memory with her, just by being her mother? Was there any competition that she was that you were super proud of, or what was your ultimately favorite memory with her?
My favorite memory was her that she decided to go into nursing. She was going to school to be a nurse. She worked 2 jobs. I was proud of her. She had just got her first car. She had just got her first apartment. Everything about her being a mom, making sure that her son was okay, making sure he had everything he needed as a parent, what a parent should do. She was always the type that she helped her friends out, so my house was like a shelter. And so those are the memories that I remember the most of her always, Mama, I need somebody to be here, or trying to help somebody. So those are the things that I miss most about her. And she always had snacks at her house, so I think that's what attracted her friends to come into her house all the time, because she, everybody wanted Zoom Zooms and Wham Wham, so so that was something that she always had.
Well, since the death of your daughter, how does this change, like, the way do you think about young people, or like, does this give you a different type of mindset about how they think or who they are in any type of way?
I look at young people differently, and the reason why I look at them differently is because a lot of children, and with me working with young people, is their mindset and the way they do things. Nobody wants to take accountability for their actions when they're doing something that they know that is wrong and they've been taught the correct way. Also the fact of they have the I don't care mentality. If it's not them, then it doesn't apply. I look at the fact the way young people speak to adults, like, where's the respect level? Because if it was me that was being rude and disrespectful to you and your mother while you were standing there, you would feel some type of way. So why would you do that or interject that with someone else, like an adult, whether it's a teacher or principal, whether it's somebody, a stranger on the street? Even if, like, say for instance, you got on the Metrolink, the behaviors and the profanity that's being used kids don't look at it that people are looking at you and you're a reflection of your parent, especially when you're being rude, belligerent, talking disrespectful to an adult. I can't look at you as being a respectable young man if that's not what you display. And it's all about what you put out there in the atmosphere for people to look at you the way that you want them to perceive you. So I definitely look at them totally different.
Well, is there anything else you would like to add about the overall situation? Or not situation, but the death of your daughter?
When it comes to young people, I just want young people to know that they have a voice, that what they do is important. But at the end of the day, what you put out there in the atmosphere for other people to see you and view you as, you don't want them to look at you and label you as you're this, you're that. You want people to see you as how you were taught, your upbringing, you know, what the rules and boundaries and the values that your parent taught you as a young person being raised. You know, a lot of kids refer to themselves as savages. What make you a savage? You're not a savage, you're a young man, but you don't want the outside looking at you as a savage. Because then once people start to label you, it's you're not right. You know, you bound to have a problem. You bound to be going through something. You bound to be doing something wrong. You bound to be being the type of kid that's being rude and disrespectful. And I think kids have more to offer than just looking at, you know, the ugly side of you instead of you portraying, look, I want to graduate. I want to make something of myself. I don't want to be labeled as that kid that's always arguing, fighting, and doing different things like that. So just everybody, the kids nowadays need to change the way they think because everybody is not out to get you or attack you. We just want you to do better.
Well, I do thank you for your time, and I thank you for letting me interview you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Appreciate it.